Boys and girls, today you are going to be doing some origami, which is paper folding, and I'm going to have you make a boat, believe it or not. And you could make this out of any square piece of paper, but you are so lucky because you marbleized your paper last week and you're going to get to make your boat out of your marbled paper. But first I'm going to want you to choose a background paper. If you come over here, you can see some of the choices that you have of paper colors, and you can just kind of stand and say, which one do I think would match? So I might choose maybe this green right here. So I have my background paper, and now I have my two marbled papers. When you sit down, you're going to take your background paper and just set it aside, and you're going to decide which one do I want to turn into a boat. I've decided that I'm going to have this one be my boat. So I'm going to set this one aside over here. Don't get them mixed up with your friends. And the first thing that we are going to do is fold this. Now it's really important to me that even though you guys are young, that you learn how to fold paper nicely. So I'm just going to show you a few tricks. The first thing I'm going to do is make sure that this point gets all the way over to this point over here. Notice how I'm matching them up. If I'm like this, guess what? It's not close enough. I want them to be nice and together. So when I get them perfect, take your time, I'm going to put my finger on top of it so that it stays there. And I'm kind of pushing hard. I can kind of go like this and it's not going to move. Look at how red my finger is getting because I'm pushing hard. Now what I'm going to do is take this finger and I'm going to have it do this nice little slide all the way over to here, and I'm going to fold the paper. Now, there's two ways of going about the next step. I still want my finger here, so I can take these remaining fingers and just kind of go all the way over there. Or I can get my thumb involved and go like this. So now this hand is like free. What should I do? Whack. That's what it should do. So there's two ways of going about it. So now that I have this beautiful fold here, and I did such a great job, I'm going to open it back up. And now I have a crease here. You can see it almost looks like it could fly away. Goodbye. Goodbye. There it goes. But instead what I'm going to do is do a kite fold, which means that I'm going to be taking this piece right here and I'm going to fold it over towards here. But there's a little bit of a trick. I want for this edge to end up right here. So if I turn it sideways, I want this whole thing to end up here, which means that this one has to travel a lot and this one only a teeny little bit. So look at how I'm going to do this. I'm going to put my hands here and I'm going to roll it on over to here. I'm going to hold it in place and then look at that. Now I know I did it right because I still have a point here on the end and it looks like a triangle. Perfect. So now I'm going to come over to this side. If you've done that one, or if we helped you with that one, you for sure should be able to do this one on your own. This has to travel all the way over there. This only to there. He's like, not fair, I'm having to go so far. So here we go, all the way over here to the crease. Line it up and fold. If you get this far, you can be like, phew, that was the hardest part, because that is the hardest part. Look what we're going to do now. We're going to pretend like this is a big old flappy tongue, and we are going to fold it up. Now we're not going to just fold it like that and be done. We want to fold it along this little edge right here. So I'm going to come like this. I kind of feel the edge with my fingers and I fold it up. Look at how my point is lining up with that right there. It's perfect. And I go whack. Now here's where the boat's going to come in. This is going to end up being on my boat, and I'm going to take this whole thing. I'm going to fold it up, leaving this little flap, a little bit of it. I'm going to go like that, and ba-ding. I have this adorable boat. I even made one out of this color too. So I have two boats. Oh, look at this. They're sailing. Oh, blue's ahead. Oh, now there's orange. Okay, now, what are we going to do with this? I'm going to take my background paper, I'm going to take this other piece of paper that I had, and I am going to cut some waves out of this. I bet you know what I'm about to do, don't you? I'm going to flip it over. Use my glue stick. I saw you guys the other day when you were making your Navajo blankets. You are good at glue stick. I'm going to put it right here on my paper. I have my waves. Work, work, work. And now I'm going to glue this right here. How adorable is that? You can make your boat right in the middle, or you can turn it like that. I even wonder if you'd ever want to like put it behind the waves. You could kind of do that too. That's kind of cute. So if you want to do it behind your waves or in front of your waves, what you're going to do is take your boat, flip it onto the back, get glue stick on all the little parts. I'm going to stick them behind my waves. I kind of like that idea. So I stick my boat on here, looking like he's sailing the 7 seas, and I put my wave down on top. Now, you might have a friend who has some leftover marbled paper, and you might say, hey, could I trade with you and cut out a cloud? How cool would that be? So I could I'm just going to use my own paper, but if you have a friend that you could do it with, you can just make these little blobby things and cut out a cloud and put it here on your sky. Look how sweet that is. You could even like add a little flag over here or whatever you like. Okay, so we're going to do this together today.